What up, ladies and gentlemen? It is the King of Our Life podcast hosted by your boy, Soul Touch the Poet, and my brother. Yo, we are back in the grind as always, doing our thing, representing. You know where to find us, you know how to reach us, you know how to get at us, all that good stuff. Son Solex, what you want to open up with the people?
Yes, of course, as usual. Anytime you guys want to come onto the platform, please feel free to do so. You guys can reach out to our email at kingandeye369@gmail.com. Again, that's kingandI369@gmail.com. You can also go on our website, kingandilife.com. And we got guest registration forms for you to fill out there. You know, if you have any suggestions, any topics you want to hear us chop it up, leave it there, man. And again, feel free to fill out that form and come on, let's get it in.
Today. Your boy Kanye West, man. That's what we're going to talk about today. Your boy bugging. That's what I'm gonna say off the break. He bugging.
Kanye, he's cut from a different cloth, man. That's all I can say. A different cloth.
A different cloth. That joker cut from a whole. Look, we are deep in a cultural period where media and social media specifically seems to be the sounding board for the issues of everyone. Things that should be private and or personal are the top stories for consumption and regurgitation. But as we are noticing, this is becoming a highly toxic trend that has big consequences on many levels. And we talking about Kanye West and his antics. I don't know about you, but in the beginning, I was never a Kanye West fan. Like, I just thought he was whack. He came out with his first 2 albums. I was like, all right, I can rock with you. Then after that, hit or miss for me. What about you?
I fuck with Kanye, man. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest fan, but the earlier Kanye or the younger Kanye, definitely rocking with. Was it the College Dropout?
Yeah.
And what was the second one?
I think it was Late Registration. Something like that.
Yeah. And those 2 classics. I mean, you can put in both CDs and just let both of them rock.
Yeah.
But this new shit that he's come out with since those 2, I gotta be honest, I haven't even heard the CDs all the way through. I just heard bits and snippets.
Like, I didn't even try.
That tell you how much I fuck with it.
I didn't even try, honestly. I think the last song that I really was digging of his was Monster. That had Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj, and I don't know who else was on that song. Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah. But other than that, I think I may have heard like maybe 1 or 2 songs of his that I was feeling. But other than that, I just... So overall, what's your initial thoughts on Kanye? Let's just get into it.
Man, it's like watching a bad car accident. Like you want to turn away, but you can't. And my thing is, again, I like the younger Kanye. This newer, older Kanye is fucking up royally.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to him on the front of, he wants to have his family together. But at the same time, when a woman is done with you, she's done with you. When she's fed up, she's truly fed the fuck up. So you're basically just wasting your time. When you're chasing a woman like that and she already told you she don't want anything else to do with you, you're just making yourself look like a fool. You doing some real simping, homie. Best thing you could have did or have done is just walk the fuck away. Spend your time with your kids, get it in with your kids, and let the rest be what it's gonna be.
Yeah. I don't know. My initial thoughts, like I said, I really wasn't a Kanye fan when he first came out. Like when I first heard him rapping, it was on the bootleg CDs that I was getting from the dudes around the corner and shit. But I wasn't feeling him. Like really, I wasn't feeling him. But when he first dropped his first two, I was like, all right, cool. Maybe I can rock with him. Maybe keep an open mind. And then as time went on, and after his mother died, I was like, I can't with this dude. Like, he is just doing too much. And we'll get into a lot of his antics, but I agree. Like, if a woman is fed up with you, fall back, get yourself together. And it's like, bro, like, I don't even understand half the stuff that he's doing or why he's doing it. But again, I go back to, it seems like when his mother passed away, that's when he just went over the deep end. And it's kind of like, to me, I'm kind of like thinking, was his mother like a major factor in keeping his mental health in check? Like, that's what I keep thinking about every time I hear something about him. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's anything dealing with Hollywood or the music industry. You know that shit is crazy. Like, they don't call it Hollyweird for no reason. And those of us who know. When you're in the music industry, there are certain rules and regulations you have to go by. And Kanye is definitely not going by those rules and regulations. So
Right.
it's to his own detriment, man, because I get you want to be extreme. I get you want to set yourself aside from everyone else. But at the end of the day, man, again, you know what is, when you sign your name on that dotted line, you might as well be signing that shit in blood, bro. For real, you might as well be signing it in blood, because you basically just sold your soul to a certain extent.
I don't know.
You no longer belong to you. You belong to the fans. You belong to the industry. And it's a lot to balance. You want to stay true to yourself, but it's kind of hard to do, bro.
I don't know if I can fully agree with that though. I mean, Kanye, he's his own brand at this point. He doesn't need a major label. He really doesn't need the industry, so to speak, because he pretty much stands on his own. He's a billionaire. Like, he has a lot going for himself. And the thing that kind of bugs me about some of this stuff is that people, I've heard people or read people say or state that most rich people are not normal. And it's like, but what is your definition of normal when it comes to rich people? Like, if I put him in a group of his peers, Jay-Z is fairly normal. Diddy is fairly normal. Who else can I say? I don't know. It's like Those are the Master P is damn normal. Snoop is normal. So I really can't. I can't. I just can't. I can't.
See, here's my whole thing, right? When Kanye first came out, to me, he was like a watered down version of Nas. Like, he was spitting some real things out there that make you think. Like, you really felt like you're in the same room with him when he was spitting some of that stuff. But again, after that second LP, it was like, who is this? I'm not feeling you anymore. Like, his whole thing, I don't know, it seemed like he just changed. And I'm not saying that he changed for the worse or for the better, but he damn sure changed. It was like when he first came out, when he did the whole thing of, I felt like he was trying to speak for the people. Meaning he was willing to talk about the injustices in the world and some of the struggles that, you know, we as the indigenous people of this land, we've gone through. But then next thing you know, fast forward, he up here buddy with Trump and shit, and you already know,
which we will get into.
Get down. So it's kind of like, wait a minute now, which side of the road are you standing on? Because on one hand, you're saying that you're for the people, and then on the other hand, you want to be buddy with Trump?
Yeah, we'll get
I don't know,
that.
but he lost me.
We'll get into that Trump thing when we start talking about it. Some of his antics.
All right.
I just got to keep shaking my head.
Okay, I can barely hear you.
I just got to keep shaking my head.
Oh.
I just got to keep shaking my head at this dude because it's weird. It's just weird. It's just weird to me.
I don't know. It's kind of like when you're in that, or you've reached that level of success, meaning like your mentor, you've surpassed your mentor, who was Jay-Z. A lot of people say he hasn't, but a lot of people say he has. He's definitely passed him in the money category, no doubt. He's definitely on, you know, every media outlet. He's definitely not playing the back, as they say. So it's kind of like when you reach that level of success, man, where else is there to go?
Go sit your ass down somewhere and relax. That's where you go. Why go out here and just do dumb shit? That's what I'm gonna say. Why do dumb shit? Like, I can understand doing wild shit here and there, but it's like, it seems like every time this Joker is in the news, it's some stuff that make you sit back and be like, yo, what is wrong with this dude? Like, why?
Yeah. So can you separate the artist from the antics?
No, I can't. I can't. And the crazy part about that right there is that no matter who the celebrity is, this comes up. It came up with R. Kelly. It came up with Bill Cosby. It came up with so many. And people are so funny when it comes to that. They say, well, you got to separate the artist from the person because this person contributed this and that and the other. And it's like, when you look at what some of them have done or are doing, and sticking with Kanye, when I look at the stuff that he's doing, yes, you have a certain level of genius. Yes, you have a certain level of creativity, popularity, whatever the case may be. But then you have to look at your fan base is so large, and the things that you're doing, your fans are watching you. You have fans of all ages, and the dumb shit that he is doing is influencing someone to do the same dumb shit. And the problem with that is, we know how people are these days. They latch on to the dumb shit that these celebrities doing, and they, in their brains, it's okay because the celebrity is doing it and it's gonna get somebody killed or locked up. So for me, no, I cannot separate the man from the artist. I just can't do it.
I can separate them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
All right. Again, because of his music, his earlier music again, and his influence throughout the industry, meaning some of the people he's produced for and gone on to help their careers. That part or that aspect of him, again, the artist, you gotta give him his props. Now, on the other side of that, meaning the person, he's gone through a lot. Meaning from his childhood to his adulthood, not having his father directly in his life like that. I think his mom had a lot to do with that, but whatever. But when it was just him and his mom, I think she was his foundation. She gave him that stability. And when she passed, and the way that she passed, I think that did knock him off of his rocker to a certain degree. Some people can recover from it, some people can't. And I think he hasn't fully been able to recover from it. Yes, it's been a while, it's been some years, but again, not everybody's built like that. But can I blame that on his direct behavior? I think it plays a role, but it's not a major role. I think Kanye's just the type of person, he wants to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But again, like you said, when you got so many people looking at you and your influence spread so wide, meaning not only here in the U.S., but, throughout the world, that is something you, as a person, you got to take all of that into consideration. And I'm not saying you got to change your ways, but you got to tone it down, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to tone it down.
And for that reason that you just said is why I cannot separate the artist from the music. Because I don't care how great he's done, how great he's pushed somebody else's career, production or otherwise. At the end of the day, you got to keep two things in mind.
All right.
There's a lot of kids out there who are influenced by his behavior, and he has his own kids out there who are going to be aware of his behavior. What kind of message are you sending out there? I was listening to YouTube earlier today, and the Breakfast Club. So Charlemagne gave him Donkey of the Day. And one of the things that stood out to me that Charlemagne said that I'd be like, yeah, you're right, is that he recently got in his feelings about his daughters being on TikTok. In which, okay, as parents, we can all agree. We don't want our kids on TikTok, especially if they, if we in the limelight. Okay, cool. Because the influences and this, that, and the other. But at the same time, you have kids out there, same age as his kids, or whatever the case may be, and he's making videos, songs and videos of him killing, decapitating, and burying the dude that his ex-wife is with now. But you're talking about what is going on social media and the bad influences and this, that, and the other. It's a contradiction. He knew exactly what he was doing when he made that video, made that song. So for me, no, I cannot separate the artist from the antics, because that's kind of like saying, all right, you're a great artist, you do this, so I'm going to overlook all this nonsense because you're a great artist and all that other stuff that you do. I can't do it.
So going back from the parent standpoint, I can agree with that. You not wanting your kids to be on TikTok. A lot of parents feel that same way. They just don't want their kids on there.
Right.
And because he's in the spotlight like that, it damn near makes your kids a target. So I get that part of it. But on the other hand, how you're saying, I hadn't even looked at the video. I've heard about it, but
I heard about it.
Like, again, what kind of message are you sending by doing that? And again, like you say, I believe he's seriously in his feelings. He's really doing a whole mangina type thing.
Fully.
So, oh no, that's a hard one, really. Simply because, again, coming from the parent standpoint, I get it. But on the other hand, it's kind of like you're putting out that type of visuals for this song that you've done, and I don't even know what the whole point of it was. Meaning, why would you put out that song and that video? Like, do you think that's gonna make her change her mind? Like, oh my goodness, he did that in this video. He killed my current boyfriend because he loves me so much. What? Come on, bro. Goddamn well she's not. If anything, you pushing her more into his arms.
Exactly.
Because you're coming from a weak point of angle, I guess you can say that. The angle that you're choosing to try to get things back in proper perspective the way you want, you're coming at it from the wrong angle.
Completely.
So the best thing he could have done is just gone on by his damn business. Eventually that shit would have fizzled out. But because you've putting so much heat on it and so much emphasis on the fact of how you feel about it, again, you pushing her more into his arms.
Pretty much.
It's just crazy for him to do that, though. I just thought that was completely and totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
So again, you on one hand you're saying that you don't want your kids. I get that. But on the other hand, you're putting out a negative influence. So it's kind of like you're creating your whole scenario. No one did that to you. You did that shit on your own.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned his father not being in his life. I can't. Me personally, from my
Right.
life experiences, if I can compare my life growing up to him, I can't even give him a pass on that, like at all, because my father wasn't around. I'm not out here wilding out doing stupid stuff like that. Have I done retarded stuff in my life? And when it's come to females, yes, I have. But this dude is going overboard. And I can't sit there and be like, oh, because your mother was the stability and now that she's gone, now you cut the hell up and now you acting crazy. I would venture to think and for whatever fiber in me would say, if your mother was that much of an influence in your life, then that whatever values she passed on to you should outweigh all the BS in the world. But somewhere along the line, this dude